Weeks went by, and he grew colder. Messages were left unread, calls became shorter, clipped. Then one day, without any warning, he stopped calling altogether. It wasn't a breakup, not an official one. It was something far worse. It was a silence that stretched on, seemingly into forever. At first, Amelia tried to convince herself he was just overwhelmed with work. She told herself he'd call. He always did eventually. But the days bled into weeks and the weeks stretched into months. The truth began to settle in her bones, heavy and undeniable. He was gone. Amelia didn't cry, not at first. She just stopped existing properly. She stopped eating. She stopped working. She stopped answering texts from concerned friends. Her small apartment became a museum of him, filled with painful reminders: the sweater he'd left on her chair, the books he gave her, the framed photo of them on that upstate trip where he looked her in the eyes and said, "You're my always." She couldn't bring herself to throw them away, so she packed them into boxes, as if hiding the evidence could somehow make the past untrue. One evening, Clara, her best friend, came by, her face etched with worry. "You need to let him go, Mel," she said softly. "He's not coming back." Amelia looked up from the couch, her eyes hollow and lost. "How do I let go of someone I built my entire life around?" Clara sat beside her, taking her hand. "You start small, one lie at a time." Then, on a late August afternoon, the final blow came. A message from an unknown number buzzed on her phone. It was a photograph. Daniel and Lauren again, but this time, it was candid. They were walking hand in hand, laughing outside a beautiful brownstone. Beneath the picture, a short, sharp message: "You deserve better. Stop waiting." Her heart pounded in her chest as she stared at the screen. Her throat felt tight, and the world started to spin. She had no idea who sent it. Maybe a sympathetic coworker from his office, maybe even Lauren herself, trying to send a message. But it didn't matter. The image was the undeniable truth. That evening, she went to his building one last time. When he opened the door, a flicker of surprise crossed his face, quickly followed by a wave of guilt. "Amelia, what are you doing here?" She held up her phone, the screen still glowing with the picture. "Is this you moving on?" He rubbed a hand over his face, avoiding her eyes. "You shouldn't have come. That's all you have to say?" Her voice was barely a whisper. His silence screamed everything she needed to know. She took a deep, shaky breath, her voice trembling but gaining strength. "I gave you 6 years, Daniel. 6 years of my loyalty, of hiding, of waiting for you. I turned down jobs in other cities. I pushed away friends. I said no to love, all because I believed in you. In us. I didn't ask you to do that," he started. "You didn't have to ask," she snapped, the dam of her composure finally breaking. "You made me believe we had a future. You let me believe." Tears filled her eyes, blurring his guilty face. "I thought we were soulmates." He finally looked down, unable to meet her gaze. "Maybe we were." For a time, that admission, so casual, so dismissive, broke something deep inside her. She turned to leave, but he reached for her arm. "I never wanted to hurt you." She pulled away, her touch recoiling from his. "You didn't just hurt me, Daniel. You destroyed me." And with that, she walked out, down the long hallway, out of the building, and into the night air that felt sharper than ever before. The city lights blurred as the tears finally spilled freely, streaming down her face. The man she had loved more than herself, the man who was her always, was now just another stranger in the vast, lonely city of New York. For weeks after that night, she drifted like a ghost through her own life. Work deadlines came and went. Calls from her family went unanswered. She meticulously avoided the cafe where they first met, the park bench where they used to sit for hours, and she flinched at the scent of his cologne on passing strangers. Every corner of the city was a memory, a ghost of a life that was no longer hers. One night, sitting on her fire escape, gazing at the indifferent stars, she whispered into the cool air, "Why wasn't I enough?" But the wind offered no answer. Because love had never been the problem. The lie had been the problem, and though she couldn't see it yet, this brutal, soul-crushing heartbreak was not an end. It was the violent, necessary beginning of her becoming someone new, someone stronger, wiser, and unbreakably whole.